my friends. Welcome to Cuentame USA with Moncho Camano. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with. I'm sorry, I have an allergies today, so I'm sorry about that. I'm speaking with Zach Pleska. I think that's how you say it,
Yes.
and Emily Sturm.
Yeah.
Uh, they are a duo called Vazum, and they're from Michigan. Lately. I think they're from Jackson, Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. And they make wonderful music that I love. So it's like it has its roots in goth music, death rock, shoegaze, doom, a little doom metal. I don't know. I don't know what they call themselves. They make uh, Deathgaze.
Yeah.
Deathgaze.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
So it's a pleasure having both of you. Thank you so much for
No,
being here.
thank you. Thank you so much.
So I learned about the band months ago. I uh, I was I did my I had to listen to their albums. They publish a bunch of albums, so I've been listening to all of them. And the first two albums, I don't believe Emily was on any of those two. At least those first two from that era. So after she appeared, it seems like a lot of things changed. So we're gonna talk about that
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
find out more about this band. And well, we'll start from the beginning when they're like little teenagers and young little punks. I don't know what to call
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah.
Are you both from Michigan?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're both from Michigan. Are you both from Detroit or different towns, different cities?
Yeah, the general Detroit area.
Detroit
Yeah,
area,
Detroit area. They call it Metro Detroit,
Metro Detroit. I never
and it
been.
covers a lot of different southeastern Michigan neighborhoods. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well,
I'm from the east side and Zach's from the west side.
mm. So where is Jackson located? Close to right now.
Jackson is about an hour west of
Okay,
Detroit.
all right.
It's
Mm.
by a famous university town called Ann Arbor,
Yes, of
that the
course.
University of Michigan is. So we're about 30 minutes from Ann Arbor.
Mm. We're gonna talk about a little about their residence where they live because it was a little uh, when I found out, I'm like, that's a really cool place where they live. We'll talk about that. So tell me about those young days. I believe, Zach, you got into drums because playing drums because your father used to play drums. Is that right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he jammed with his friends in the basement, and that's kind of how I got into it. He
Mm,
he got me started on lessons, and he
mm.
had a drum set down there that I started playing.
What did you like about playing drums? Was
Uh, I think I was just a spaz. I was a spaz kid.
mm,
So it was just a lot of fun for me to play. It's just something that I gravitated towards. It, it wasn't like something that somebody was forcing me to do.
mm,
It was drums were fun from the start.
Did it make you like release some kind of tension?
It's
Like banging?
I definitely think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been yeah, throughout my teenage, early adult life, I was playing drums pretty much every day.
Mm. What about you, Emily? Uh, I believe also your father was a jazz guitarist. Is that right?
Yes, yes. My dad um taught jazz theory
Mm.
and was an instructor for decades. And so, when he found out he was going to have a child, there's no way around they were going to be musicians. So, yeah, since I was very little, he bought a baby grand piano, so I had piano,
Okay.
and I had a very small guitar, and he expected me to play Paganini
Mm,
on it, and I did, because I didn't know you're not supposed to be able to.
yeah.
So yeah. And then I was in orchestra in school, and then finally when I, was in high school, he wanted me to keep up with music. So he's like, "Okay, what instrument do you want to play?"
Mm,
And since bass guitar is so similar to the setup of violin, I picked bass guitar.
mm,
Yep.
yeah. And you, Zach, what was the first piece of music or record that really caught your attention, like that made you feel like you were like an outsider, different, a little bit darker than your friends or your
The
pals in school, or you were like
yes,
what just like them, or were you a little different?
the when I was in fourth or fifth grade,
Mm,
that's when I started buying CDs.
mm,
And so at that point in time, bands like Green Day, Offspring, Soundgarden,
mm.
I had all those CDs, but the one that I really liked the most was Siamese Dream by Smashing Pumpkins. And that album is what kind of brought me that's what like took me in to
Yeah,
music in general.
wow, that's a great album.
Yeah.
uh it makes me remember. I just remember the interview from yesterday that I heard from Billy Corgan
Yeah.
with the Disturb guy. That's half what it,
Yeah.
it was
I
disturbing to me to listen to that interview anyway, but that's something different.
yeah, I'm not it's one of those things where you can be a fan of a band, at a young age, but as you get older,
Yeah,
it's very hard to stay a fan.
It's hard to stay a fan. Yeah. So,
yeah, I understand. I'm a big
mhm.
fan of the Smiths, but
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
there's complications
Yeah,
with
so
nobody's perfect. You
yeah,
understand that nobody's perfect, but yeah, the worst thing that I found out is to meet your heroes. Uh, so you meet your heroes and then you realize they're just fallible people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's life itself.
Yeah.
Uh, so I believe, Zach, you play in already in middle school. You were playing with a couple guys. You in little bands or something.
Yeah, that's when I started playing with friends, and
Yeah.
it was in middle school. And then by the time I was in high school, I had an actual band that
Hmm.
like, we went into a recording studio, we released an album. So
Hmm.
I started all that when I was in high school.
You play in different bands. So which band was that one? The one you're talking about?
That band was called 12th Hour,
Oh, okay.
and I don't think there's anything online about it because it was
Okay.
like around like 2000.
Okay. But then you play in other bands besides after that,
Af
right?
After that, I mean, yeah, I played in probably a dozen different bands after that.
Always
Um,
playing drums, Zach? Always
yeah,
drums?
I was addicted to drums. That's all I wanted to do was play drums.
Were you involved in any in the bands, the bands regarding lyrics or compositions, or you just whatever you were told you to play, or you have no input, or I mean, like making decisions and stuff?
One of one or two of the bands I was in, I did end up writing, like co-writing, because at that point in time, I wasn't playing guitar, but I had a little bit of a piano and keyboard background.
Hmm.
So I was coming up with a lot of ideas on keyboard and stuff, but I didn't have a way to like make it a reality.
Okay,
So I would bring my ideas to the band, and then we would kind of take it from there. And
right.
that helped me like from early on with start with writing songs.
So all that time you always wrote songs like from middle school and on. You were
No,
writing.
I
No.
didn't really start writing till I was like in my 20s
Oh, really?
because I was just all I wanted to do was just play drums. And um
And now you play guitar, drums, and vocals. You never
yeah,
sang before, like a chorus or anything like that.
I'm
Have you
sorry.
like with these bands? Were you like singing at all
No.
or nothing? No
No,
backup.
I had never sung in public until Vazum, until the first Vazum
Oh,
show.
really? Man.
Yeah.
Wow. So who? Okay, so Emily, you were playing other bands, but you sang in bands, right? Before.
Yeah, usually sang. Back in like in the late 80s, I had bands I was in like early 90s,
Hmm.
uh sometimes playing bass, but those bands never stayed together long enough to even play live.
Okay.
Um, and then I was in some Detroit bands in the 90s singing,
Hmm.
um, one called Grenadine and the other
Okay.
called the Fontanelles.
Hmm.
But yeah, I took a hiatus from music just because I had a lot of difficulties
Mm-hmm.
um, with just being a female musician
Right.
and like being taken serious. So I ended up going and starting my own jewelry company. So I
Right.
did that for a long time
Hmm.
and I would still play on the side and but nothing serious, no serious bands or
Right.
writing anything basically till I met Zach.
Hmm. So tell me, how did you first meet Zach? Was this
Um, at
when
a at a
17,
very
18?
uh at a very famous now closed goth club called City Club. I met him at City Club.
Hmm. So it's
Yeah.
just a coincidence. So
Yeah.
what was your first impression of Zach when you saw him? Was he looked like he does today or similar?
Yeah, I went up to him and I said, "Do
Is this
you
good?
like black metal?"
And what did he say? He say that too. Anything you say, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, and we've been together every day since, pretty much. Yep.
Uh, so
Yep.
that so yeah so when you first meet, were you Zach playing already in a band, right? You were playing.
Yeah, I had started Vazum in 2017 and
Hmm.
we didn't meet till 2019.
Yeah. We met in 2019.
Okay, so how did you get involved in the band? Was like there was a position like an empty spot for Emily to be part of, or how did you
Well,
get into that?
I had songs and I decided I would be interested in Zach also is very good at recording, live recording
Hmm.
and engineering. So I was asking for his help with that. And eventually um, the pandemic happened. Certain other things happened
Right.
where other band members dropped out. And
Okay.
then it just became the two of us because we're both very reliable. And we learned that we could write music very well together. And it was more of an immediate result instead of waiting for people to come over and you
Hmm.
got to jam out the songs. And then I'm not a I'm a very um, relaxed person
Okay.
and not egotistical. And I think when you have other bands, there's a lot of ego clashing. And
Hmm.
so since we don't have that, we both really like what each other comes up with. It just
Right.
kind of made more sense to be a duo. And that way we could get a lot more done.
So you have to argue with less people now. Only the two of
Hmm.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Less people
Yeah.
to argue
Yeah.
with. You
Yeah,
cannot, you can only blame each other. You don't have anybody else to
right.
Right.
blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So I guess you felt like you Zach, for her, like that was the missing piece that I needed to
Yeah. So I mean, when I started the band, I went through probably a dozen band members. Half of them was drummers. Like
okay.
I really tried to have a drummer. We went through probably 6 or 7 drummers.
Wow.
Um, and I had a couple guitar players and bass players. And at one point in time, like we did have a lineup that stayed together for probably about a year.
Hmm.
But then by the time we were into like 2020, those band members were pretty much losing interest by that time.
Okay.
And um and then once me and Emily started working on music together, it was a completely different experience than my previous experiences with every other band because for whatever reason we just kind of clicked. And it
Mhm.
was a lot different than, like I said, was a lot different experience than any other band I had.
Right.
And so because of that, we've been very protective of letting other people into our circle.
Okay.
Because if you bring a third person in, whatever they're doing, they have the potential to really screw things up.
Right. I
So
understand.
we don't want to allow that into our lives.
Mhm.
So it's a complete circle. There is no.
Mhm.
That's good. Yeah, because when I saw, I went to your website. I mean, YouTube, and I type your name, your band's name, and I see some the early videos with 3-piece, 4-piece band,
Yeah.
uh,
Mhm.
and I
Yep.
wasn't sure if it was a trio, but I guess it was 4 people, 3 people. I don't know. But after she came in, it's just the two. It's no arguing here about the project is right now.
Yeah.
So it's great. Since I guess during the pandemic, that's when you had so much time together to do things, to work on your music. Nobody pushing you because no rush during that time, I guess. So you
Yeah.
were just like immersed in the music and composing and showing your lyrics and what she had and what you got and comparing things and putting things together. So during all that time, I guess you were really busy, not just not hiding and closing doors and being afraid of people outside, but you're just doing your own thing. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm talking
No, no, we know. Yeah, yeah,
We,
exactly.
yeah, we had a lot of fun during that time.
Yeah, it was scary,
about.
and you're like, well, this is our dream. We don't know how long we got, so better
Rush.
do it.
Do
Better
it.
do it. Like better, okay, this might be it, because it was on one hand, it was extremely scary and
Yeah,
sad, and so many people passed, and
right.
at the other time, I think it was the first time in my life, my adult life,
Mm,
that I didn't have to work. Like, you know, I never had the luxury of like a vacation. I was, single mom, so
right. I know how it
just to
is.
have the luxury of this time to
Mm,
actually work on something creative was pretty amazing,
mm,
even though it was a very scary, dark time. So it's a weird juxtaposition, but
yeah.
yeah.
Mm. And during that, well, since you got together, you released an incredible amount of music since the beginning. It seems
We've
like
got
to
lots
me like you
more.
really work hard. You really,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's no, I don't know. You must have time to do other things, but music is right now one of the most important things in your life, I guess.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. The most
Mm,
important thing. Yep.
right. And Emily, you have a background in art, am I right? In
Yes.
fashion.
Yes. Yep. In jewelry design and just costume design. That's what
Mhm.
I did for many years.
So all those ideas are when you do the videos, you are involved in all
Yes,
those.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very helpful. It's very helpful.
yeah. And Zach, you went to the University of Michigan. Am I right on that?
Yeah. Hmm.
What career did you study? What did you do?
Jazz studies.
Jazz. Oh, okay,
Hmm. Yeah.
okay.
As a drummer.
As a drummer. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Uh,
So
yeah.
yeah, that I mean that was like there's no other at the time I didn't really enjoy it as much, but there was no other experience like it where you're in a serious musical setting like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like it.
It's just like, I don't know how to say it. I mean, it's so complicated to me. It's like mathematical, I guess. I don't know what to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, it's very, very technical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it wasn't, and then everybody else, it was classical, the majority of people
Mm,
in this music school were studying classical, and
mm,
then the other amount were studying jazz. So everybody was very technically proficient, and that's what
right.
most of the teachers, really focused on.
Mm, yeah. Oh, that's very interesting. Your visual aesthetics is very important in your project. It seems to me. You have the, I don't know what they call it, a Vazum look, but do you feel like a fearless? Is the fearless version of yourselves? It's like it's not like a mask, but you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like a
Uh,
protection. I don't know
Well,
against.
for me, like, and every other band I played in, and most musicians I knew, it was, show up in your t-shirt
Mm,
and, drink a beer. It wasn't, nobody cared about the way they looked. It was cooler to be wearing, like, it was cooler to make it look like you didn't care what you looked like.
right.
But I never really, that, once I started doing what I'm doing now with having a look, I just enjoyed it so much more. And Emily, that's something that Emily has been doing.
Right.
Oh yeah, since middle school, my mom was always sewing her own clothes, sewing my clothes. My
Mm,
mom did visual display and clothing,
yeah.
so fashion and sewing and putting together looks and thrift. One of my first little side jobs was thrifting and then
Mm,
taking it to the vintage shops. So I love clothing and vintage stuff and
mm,
sewing. So the look that I've had since probably like middle school. So, because that's how like I've always dressed.
okay.
Um, and my thing is like if someone's not making fun of you or threatening to beat you up for what you're wearing, then you're
Right.
not doing it right. Like if you're not, so I don't, but I don't, I've never, here's the weird thing.
Mm,
I've never cared what anyone else thought.
yeah.
And I don't like, and I didn't want attention for how I looked.
Yeah.
So that's like the weird thing is like, I didn't dress this way to get attention or
Okay.
go, oh, she's so weird.
Mm,
I was just in this little bubble of, oh, this is how I want to look. I want to look like this. I want to have my hair
right.
like this
Right.
and that. And I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just my personality, but
Yeah.
that's or quirky, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
just how
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
gravitated and like self-expression.
Mm,
And I joke about it where um I dress how I want to and at the same time don't perceive me. Don't look at me.
yeah.
I just want to be an authentic version of
Right.
myself but don't look at it. Don't
Well,
don't
I
look at
understand.
me.
I
So it's
understand.
so weird, but
Well,
it seems fair. But yeah, that's
I understand.
yeah.
I always look different I get from every decade that goes by. I look different
Okay.
myself, but now I look like an old guy. Like when it's time to go to bed. Oh, it's early.
Aw.
No, just kidding. But
Yeah.
during my young days, when I wanted to look like the guy Looks Interior from the Cramps, where I used to
Oh,
sing
for
Yeah.
Poison
sure.
Ivy and all
Lux
those
forever.
and all
I
hardcore
love
bands I
Lux.
used to. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I was very introverted, so I didn't want to look so much different than everybody else. But I wanted just to. I told this story. I don't know why should I tell. I used to go to CBG all the time in New York.
Oh,
Every
wow.
weekend, CBGBs, every weekend.
Okay.
But I always looked like being like, I wanted to look like them.
Hmm.
But one day I decided, why should I look like everybody else? You know?
Yeah.
So I went out and I dressed up. I used to play tennis a lot. That was my
Hmm.
sport. So I dressed up like a tennis player, with white
Nice.
pants, with those t-shirts from the 80s. They're the ones they
Yeah, the
wore, the
polo.
tennis players with
Yeah.
colors. So I just showed up with a tennis racket and the whole thing just to go
Hmm.
and went inside, just to look
Yeah.
different. Everybody was like,
Right.
what the hell is this guy doing here? He doesn't
Right.
belong here.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
love the music, I love hardcore music and all those bands.
Yeah.
But I just want to look so crazy, but
Yeah.
like a normal guy, but crazy because you were in a different. That wasn't the place for tennis
Right.
players.
Yeah.
I even brought some tennis balls and stuff, but
No,
I was
that's
like
funny.
crazy stuff that I used to do.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
was, when you're young, you want to look sometimes like everybody else. You want to
Yeah.
fit in the group, so you
Right.
want to look different. You want to look like belong to the same tribe, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. My mom would say that. She said, because she dropped me off at like the teen clubs and like they'd have you know, the new wave nights and all the nights. She's come out, she's like, everybody tries so hard to look so different and you all just look the same.
yeah,
She's just like, they all just looked at, everybody dyed their hair black and
yeah.
wore the same thing. And I thought about that and I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
So I try to have my own look after
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I understand that. Just
Yeah.
trying to be, I think one night I did something very similar to your stunt
Yeah.
and I went to the goth club, but I got a blonde wig and I dressed completely in white. I did. I got a blonde wig
Yeah.
and my white coat and a white dress and my white shoes and white tights. And
Yeah.
I just went in and everybody's like, I think some girl was trying to spit her drink on me. And I just laughed.
Mm. Those
So
young
yeah,
days, those young days for me.
yeah.
Um, I was going to ask you, Zach, those two albums, the two albums, those are the ones that I listened first, the Void and Variant.
Yeah.
Uh, well, I was going to ask you, that's your singing, your voice. At that time, I've tried to figure out how he sounds like a mix, but I came up with Michael Stipe and Peter Murphy all together.
Yeah. That's what people said during that
Yeah,
time period. Yeah. I was
Mm.
just trying to find my voice.
yeah, but it has changed a lot. I think
Yeah.
with the latest albums, you changed. It's a little more like more. I don't know, more grave. I don't know, grave is the right word. It's like more growl, a little
Yeah. S- Um,
more dark, more. I don't know how to.
yeah, that's you know, Emily can sing the higher parts and I
Right.
can sing the lower parts. Um, when we started playing live shows together, that
Mm,
changed a lot too.
Hmm.
okay.
Instead of I changed my approach to a lot of the songs and the way that we were
Mm,
writing.
yeah.
Um,
I think you sound much better now.
Thank you.
I really enjoy
Yeah,
it.
I had never sung before,
Well, you're doing a
so
great job,
it
let me
was
tell you.
thanks. So it was I was coming from a drummer's background,
Hmm.
so just being able to sing was a new thing for me.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really good. Uh, Especially on the last one that you guys published, the latest release, the latest album is called Western Violence. It came up in 2024. So I really enjoyed that. Well, the first song is the it's the big song, I guess, Western
Thanks.
Violence. I love the lyrics on that, and especially the video that you guys published. It's so weird. I mean, it's not weird. It's not.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to. I'm not a gothic
It's
guy, but
weird. It's
it
weird.
is
It's
weird.
really weird.
It is weird. I don't know how you
It's
came up
really
with those
weird.
ideas.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
really
those horses heads and the. I don't know.
yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
really.
definitely I tried to I think just be really absurdly um uh absurd. I think we're just
Yeah,
trying
those
to make
burning McDonald's fries burning and
yes.
stuff. It's like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so much stuff in there that's like you gotta pay
Yeah.
attention to what's going on.
Yeah. We just like because to me, personally, the fast food industry is
Mm,
violence and it's
mm,
Western. So I guess took that symbol
mm,
um and kind of ran with it. And you know,
yeah,
not judging how people eat, but I just think that the Western diet and those corporate things are very destructive.
yeah.
So that's kind of what the song's about.
Mm.
So
Well,
that's kind of I tried to have that in there. And thank you for noticing because I think you're the first person who's even brought that up. I'm just like,
yeah. Well, I think when I saw the video, that was I don't know a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember when I
okay,
saw the
yeah.
video. I thought of our king. You know our king.
Mhm.
He loves
Hmm.
fries. Seems like
Right.
to me. So it came into my head. That's like this guy eats fries. He loves McDonald's.
Yeah.
Gross. McDonald's is gross. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Exactly what he needs.
Yep, super gross. And
Anyway,
that album came out way before that night, this current nightmare. So I hope none of the other songs come true. Let's hope that there's no, yeah, let's
yeah,
hope.
I hope everything stays.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
Anyway, well, if we talk about your lyrics, they are influenced by many things. Yeah, you guys talk about I don't know. You talk about mental health, isolation, present crazy days that we are that are going on,
yeah.
Western civilization, and so many
Mhm.
things. Um, when you guys write all these lyrics, do you write them together or you write a song and you show it to Zach and tell him what you think about this song or what I wrote, or does he have any input on changing things around, or just the opposite? I mean, like Zach, if he writes something and you tell him, this doesn't make too much sense, maybe you should change it, or
Yeah, when I write lyrics, I'll write like I'll write like 100 different versions of it.
mm,
Just changing words, slow,
yeah,
and a lot of the times I'm running the lines by Emily and asking her, does this make sense to you? Do you
Mhm.
mm,
understand what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
okay,
And a lot of the times she'll go, oh, just say this. Like I'll get stuck on a line and then she'll be like, well, why don't you just say this? And I'll be like, oh, okay. Because she has a she teaches me a new word almost every day. Emily's vocabulary is
yeah, it's very
pretty extensive.
so it's
So she can think of things that I would never have thought of.
mm. So who writes more then? Emily's those songs.
Well, it's about equally split because
Yeah.
half the songs she's writing and singing and half the songs I'm writing and singing.
Right.
Yeah. I usually come up with the riff or the melody in my head, and then the feeling of that brings the subject matter in usually.
Okay.
And that's usually how mine operate. Usually very on the fly. Don't think about them too much, and they are very literal. Like I've tried to be a lyricist that's like innuendo or subtlety. I unfortunately lack none of that. I am just a very literal person,
Yeah.
and I that's if I'm mad about something,
You are like very direct with your feelings towards it.
yes,
Yeah.
it's gonna be, I'm just gonna say it. It's just blah, and I'm not gonna use a metaphor.
Yeah.
Like if I think something is wrong and bad, I'm gonna say this thing is wrong and bad, not
Right.
butterflies live and die and then grow. I
Make
can't do that. I
make up
can't
your
do that.
yeah. Well, is there like a positive outlook on in your lyrics? Like, oh, everything seems like gloomy. Like,
I mean,
There's happy songs.
yeah,
it's a happy song. Not, I
yeah,
mean,
there's a
you're
few,
not gonna
There's a few
dance,
happy
but
songs.
yeah, a few of Emily's songs are happier, and there's a couple on the new. There's one on the new album
okay.
that's more uplifting.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean that's always what I've gravitated towards. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
when I
To the
when I s-
darker side of life. I don't know.
yeah, I mean yeah, we've also been in situations where sometimes you're writing the lyrics and uh it could be an emotional or painful thing that you're writing about too.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, cathartic, like using music to process what's going on around you.
But yeah, I mean at this point in time, like politically, I think that for us, that's just what we want to talk about. Um I like Western violence, I don't I'm surprised that some people don't seem to understand that it is political.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
political.
And that we're like, I mean, that we're obviously very left leaning and very
I know.
Yeah.
we
I
are
don't know if you
very
are. I got the feeling you are.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I
And I
mean
think I'm more to the left than you are. So I don't know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
just to
So
let you
we're
know.
very like yeah, very um yeah, very left leaning,
Yeah.
very and
Yeah.
it shocks us sometimes. Like we'll get a fan and they'll follow us and then they'll be like, we're like, have you ever listened to our album? Because we are we
There's a song in Western violence called Alien, and
Yeah.
it's about immigration.
Right.
And there was somebody that reviewed the album and they just thought it was about aliens.
yeah,
They thought it was about space aliens.
they thought it was
Yeah.
about space aliens, and we're like, no, it's about saying that you're trying to kick people off of stolen land
Yeah.
that were here before you. Like that's
Yeah.
what it's about.
Yeah.
So like, it's
Yeah.
so
I'm
yeah, I
tired of
guess
hearing go back to your country. Like, what the hell is this about?
right,
Yeah.
Back to your country. What
exactly.
country are you talking about?
Which one are you? Yeah, what are you even talking
Where do you want
about?
me to go?
So
Where do you want me to go to?
yeah, yeah.
Talking about your last name, is it is it from Bulgaria? Pliska? What is it? It sounds familiar. That last name.
I'm pretty sure it's Polish.
It's Polish. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
but
Polish name.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was from Bulgaria because there was a soccer player that I knew that his last name was Pliska.
It's
I don't know.
it means, I think there's a city named Pliska.
Yeah, there is
Yeah,
in
there
Poland.
is,
Yeah.
right? There is
And
a
there's also some ancient symbol called the Pliska symbol. So it could be,
yeah.
yeah.
It sounded like Western,
Mhm.
Eastern European.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, he's definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Eastern Europe.
What about your last name, Storm? Where is that? If UK or Scotland? What is it? That do you know?
It's
Or is
Bavarian.
oh Bavaria? Okay,
But yeah,
German. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's means storm, storm, storm. So it's yep, that's my maiden name. So
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
my family is kind of mixed up. It's a mix of German and Scandinavian on one side, and the other side is Scottish and English and
Okay.
Hungarian. So it's
Oh,
very American, very
yeah.
very American. You know,
Yeah.
so
You qualify. You qualify for
yeah,
American.
very mixed.
So you guys produce everything on your own. Your own everything you do is you do together, and you have a studio. And is
Yes.
it
Yeah.
in your house called Light Echo Studios? Is that what you call
Yes.
the studio? And
Yes.
is this located? Is it in a church? I read that you
Yes.
guys bought a church. There's so many churches, so most of them are still open, no? Or there's plenty of churches to choose from, like closed.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of churches.
Lots of churches closing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So you can
how do you
purchase
get
them.
into that? You go to a real estate thing. How do you get in? How do you know that church
This
is for sale? I don't know. I don't know. I never thought of buying a church. I just don't know.
this church was listed with all the houses, just like a regular
It
house.
was accidentally listed as
Hmm.
residential, and I
Oh, so
happened to see
there
it.
were people living prior.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
No, it was just it's the real estate listing was
accidentally listed under homes
Oh,
instead of business.
wow. Hmm. It's very interesting. So you went to see it and you thought this is our place. This is a lovely place.
yeah.
We just have to
Yeah.
start all over, I guess, because there was nothing really inside. I just don't know. Benches?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah, there was a bunch of pews.
Eh,
The main reason that we gravitated towards it is so we could use the sanctuary space as a music studio.
Mhm.
Okay.
So because we were looking at houses
Hmm.
and I wanted just a big open space, and it was very hard to find what I was looking for.
Plus, you have a lot of neighbors, you know, in a residential area,
Okay.
and you can't be loud. You know, you're gonna be rude if you're gonna be, you know, making
Right.
noise.
Right.
So we were conscious of that fact too.
Hmm.
So we looked at actually another couple of churches,
Hmm.
but they were too big or kind of strangely turned into a house.
Hmm.
So with this location, um, it turned out to be perfect
Does it have
that we
I
could,
guess I imagine it has high ceilings and stuff.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
So that's
Yeah.
a
I
good.
s-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And the kitchen in this one was upstairs.
Hmm.
In the US, a lot of times in moderately sized and other churches, the kitchen is in the basement,
Right.
which isn't very welcoming feeling, you know,
Right.
for to residents. And like you'll have the, you know, the basement areas, the fellowship area where,
Right.
you know, if you have a church dinner or church function, it's going to be basement. So this had an upstairs kitchen.
Hmm.
And funnily enough, there is now, it's gotten popular enough that I don't remember the website's name, but it's this old church for sale or old church for sale.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and so,
Sound very
yeah.
interesting to me.
Mhm.
I never heard of. I mean, I remember I went. In New York, there used to be the Limelight, and used to be
Yes.
an old church, and there was the club inside. But I guess you got a lot of room to talk. In Do you have a backyard? I guess you have a yard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we have a yard. It we
You are
had some.
into gardening at all? Like planting
Oh,
stuff, vegetables and stuff? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
yeah, Emily. Yeah, she transformed the entire. The front used to just be a parking lot,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
so she turned it into a garden.
Yeah, we
That
had
sounds cool.
to get a lot of the parking lot removed from
Okay.
industrial company. So and then bring in soil
Right, because that's a
and
lot of work.
so yeah, we've both worked really hard on the yard and
Mm,
turning it into
yeah.
a
Your
really
home.
nice garden. Yeah,
You feel like
exactly.
home now when you
Yeah.
and you have your electronic equipment. Your studio keeps getting better. I guess you keep adding stuff, more. I don't know, synthesizers. I'm not a musician, so I don't know. But your equipment keeps getting better, and your production keeps getting better. Also, your sound, the
Yeah,
quality.
Mhm.
So it's you guys spend a lot of time in your studio,
yeah,
and
Yes.
yeah. And
you
Yeah.
that's one of the one of the most enjoyable things is just to
yeah.
go into your own studio and just have fun in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you guys put, like I mentioned, you published so many albums already. I was like going through them, uh,
Yeah,
and the letter V is always in most of them.
Yeah.
yeah,
Rated B, B minus, B plus. I'm
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
it's confusing to me. It's not confusing, but I'm trying to figure
Right,
out which
right.
one came first and what's the next
Sure,
one.
sure. I could see
yeah.
So
that.
it's like, where is this B? The plus it has to do with no, plus is not blood.
It's
Blood type?
It's a
yeah, blood types.
But the V is not it's not blood.
It's
Where's
our
the
No.
V?
it's just our own
Oh, okay.
signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
We
sounds.
saw a license plate on a Corvette and it said rated V. And we're like,
Oh,
oh shit.
Yeah,
well, that's
So like that's kind of where that came from. And then when I asked
because a
Zach,
lot
well,
of V's. Like Void, even the first two albums starts with the V. Void,
yeah,
yeah,
Variant.
yeah,
yeah. That was on purpose. Yeah,
yeah,
That's
it's
on
on,
purpose.
yeah,
Well, and
yeah,
Vampire, the same thing. Vampire
Vampire
Villa.
Villa. Yeah,
yeah,
That's over the V. But then Western Violence, the V is there in Violence.
right.
Yeah. So I guess you're working on a new album. The new album is still under blankets. We don't know what's going on. But is there another V somewhere in there, or you just move away from the V's this time?
no, there
There's a
it's
V,
There are V's in there.
there's a V involved.
Another V. Okay.
Yeah, there's a V. We can yeah confirm that there is a V involved
That's a V. It's
in
got to
the
be a V.
in the upcoming new album.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good thing. How many songs do you guys have on that album? Do you know?
14.
14.
14 originals.
So it's more than in Western Violence, we were 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
12
Mhm.
songs. So this time it's 14. I don't think you
We
ever had any 14 song album, did you? I don't know, remember.
not yet.
Yeah.
We are we're going against the trend of bands doing singles
Yeah.
and EPs, and we're just going full albums.
Full
Yeah.
albums.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Let me tell you, I was
And
listening to that Rated V. That's
Yeah.
what, and the second part, the second side,
Yeah.
okay. You made it through.
I
Okay.
made it. Especially I was
Made it.
working. I was working in heavy machinery when I was
Oh.
listening to
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tried to pay attention to what I was doing, but it felt like I was like in a soundtrack to a horror movie, and
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the idea.
That was
that was the idea.
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
all these sounds. It's like experimenting with all these sounds,
Yeah.
and I guess that wasn't the place to listen to that.
No. I
Working
would
with heavy
advise against
machinery.
operating heavy
Yeah,
machinery
I
when
was,
listening to
thinking.
Rated V.
I was thinking. Let me maybe jump and skip the album right now and just go to listen to the next album.
Yes,
And I
Yeah.
just
yes.
kept listening to that. I'm not saying it was a bad thing,
Yeah.
but I was like, I don't know. I feel bad if I just jump and go to
That
another
is the
album.
best. That is the best story I've heard about the
Not a
album.
critic of your album at all. It's just
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is in the right place to listen to this. You know?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We'll put a new, label on there.
Yeah.
Do not operate heavy machinery.
Heavy machinery. Yeah, I would do that.
You might get freaked out.
Yeah, and I was ready to press skip, and then I said, "No, I'm gonna take
You
it.
toughed it
I'm
out.
gonna take it.
Wow, you are a
I-
dedicated man.
Yeah, I'm like, I have to interview these
Wow.
people. I'm not gonna do that. I have to
Mhm.
listen, and I did.
Wow.
Yeah, well, but I listened
Those
to all
are
the
so
other
scary.
everything.
It's a little scary.
The
We did
unrated beat.
the
It was more electronic.
Yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
That one. There's a lot of songs. It's like hard to mention all of them because you guys publish so many albums in so less time, not that much time.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of bands that all these they will take like 12 years to publish all these albums.
Yeah.
You guys in 4 or 5 years, you got so much stuff to listen to. That's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
We're
good.
and
Yeah,
we've got
I mean-
2 more albums planned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
So
that's the whole point is to write music, record it, and release it.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think I've been around enough of other bands to know how people work,
right.
and I've seen people just not get stuff done because they have all these hang-ups.
Mhm.
Right.
So that's something that I learned from all my experience playing as a drummer, is I learned, like, I don't want to be like this guy. I actually want to do stuff.
Mhm.
Right, and you guys are doing
Or
it.
be like you can only
Right. So
craft like you just so
protective.
yeah.
Like, we can only have this one sound. You know,
Mm.
I've seen I know plenty of people that some people I know have 3 or 4 bands where because it sounds different, so they think they have to start a new band just because of that.
You
Right.
can't sound like,
Yeah.
this song doesn't fit this band. And for an artistic standpoint, hey, do the art.
Yeah.
Make the art.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't just do it. Don't worry about if you think it's perfect.
Right.
Or we don't necessarily write music that we think will be popular, or maybe other people might not even like it, but we really like it.
Yeah.
We
First, you have
like
to
the
like what you're
creation
doing.
process.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
make music for everybody, and
Right.
just because they like it, you don't like it. First, you
Right.
have to
Yeah.
like it yourself. Then, if
So-
other people enjoy it, that's
That's
a
a
good thing.
benefit. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, so I think a lot of other bands try to curate their music towards what they think their audience or what they think other people are gonna like. We do not do that. We do what we want to do.
Yeah. We don't yeah. People making they want to make songs, that sound a lot like somebody else.
Yeah.
That's cool. No judgment.
You just
we
want to be
try to
yourselves. That's it.
Yeah, we're only concerned with making something new sounding.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to be inspired and
Right.
influenced by what came before it,
Yeah.
but we're really trying to
Yeah,
make
right.
something different that sounds different.
And why it came before, it came from other music prior to them, and it just keeps
Yeah.
evolving. And you guys been touring. You went to Europe, overseas last year. Was it last year? The previous years? You
Yeah,
went
we
the
went to
UK, France. Yeah.
Spain. Yeah.
You never told me. Next time, let me know.
Yeah, we
yeah,
played in Zaragoza.
Zaragoza.
yeah,
Zaragoza.
and Zaragoza.
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 yeah,
Zaragoza, Barcelona,
Madrid. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, I knew you were in Spain. I didn't know though you went to 3 different cities. Very different from the United States, I guess.
Yeah, we love
touring
Europe.
Europe is not the same as touring. I don't know.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why we like going to Europe is because it's such a different experience.
Yeah.
And our tours in the the tours we do in the US are completely different, just in every respect.
What the audience is different? You notice that the
The,
audience also being
yes, the
different?
audience, everything is different.
Yeah.
Um, we just, yeah, we love going to Europe. That's one of the reasons why we do it, because like I said, we do what we like doing. We like traveling overseas. That's enjoyable for us. So, you know,
But right now you're gonna be playing this at the end of this month. You got dates in April, and then you May. You got different dates also in the U.S. You're gonna be playing
yeah,
California,
Seattle, San
and
Francisco, Los
Washington, and Oregon.
Angeles. Yeah, you got a lot of dates,
Yeah.
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you got your passport ready to go overseas, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Are you playing any new songs from the new album at all?
yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, a couple of the songs we've been playing for over the last year, and then some of the we've incorporated a couple new songs recently
Yeah.
from the album.
Yeah. So we already released as singles Arise and Pretty Brutal. Those are on the new album. And then we're also playing live. We're playing Virgo and what else? What are
A few others.
few others? Yeah.
Yeah. Your last date is it in here in the States? Is in Miami?
Yeah, yeah, we're going to
World Cup Day, is that what it is?
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's
For the
your last
Hex
show in the
Miami.
US.
yes, yeah,
And then you go to UK. You got a bunch of dates in the UK.
yeah, yeah. We really like playing in England. Um,
Is
so yeah,
that what is you got any not family, but you got a lot of contacts over there, like people that you know?
we're starting to. Yeah, we've
Okay.
been in England twice before, and so we've making good friendships with some of the other bands and promoters
Yeah.
over there.
Really nice people.
It's
Yeah.
it's
And
just a
you guys bring your merchandise over there? I mean, you
yeah.
got your you guys got, I don't know, in Bandcamp you got t-shirts, you got the CDs.
Yeah. We bring the
Stickers and stuff.
merchandise.
Yeah, yeah. We just bring a whole suitcase with us
Yeah.
of
What
that
about
stuff.
your equipment you carry?
Yeah, we bring our guitars and pedal boards on the plane with us, and then we rent amps.
We
from-
rent the amplifiers.
Yeah.
Usually though for overseas, I rent my bass because the bass is so big, it's very hard to stow in the airplane. So it's very stressful bringing your instrument. A lot of times they want you to gate check it. And
you
like,
don't wanna-
no
you don't wanna
way,
do that,
no way. Am I gate checking this? Because I'll never see it in one piece again.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
You know, so
When you go to see well, when you play your own shows, but when you go to see other artists, do you go only for the enjoyment, or you just want to analyze how they play or learn anything from them, or it's just you want to just enjoy the shows?
It's
enjoy for sure. It's
First
like
is
if
enjoy, but do you check also other things that the guys do?
I do, yeah. I analyze things. So if I don't like what I'm seeing, then it just ruins the whole show. So
I'm not as I mean, because you know, I don't analyze as much. I think one thing that will bum me out though, if I go get a ticket and I see if too much of the show is backing tracks,
Okay.
then I probably will never purchase a ticket to see that band again. Unless of course it's like specifically an electronic act, then it makes more sense. But I think a couple of shows I've gone to, if I feel like the person isn't really singing.
Okay.
That happened to me. Someone I won't mention the band, but I went to go see a show. I'm like, oh, I want to support this. I really like this, and then the person singing, we got close enough to realize that they weren't really
Yeah,
even
I've
singing
seen shows
live.
like that.
So I'm just not, I'm not interested in supporting
Yeah.
live music like that.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not live music. That's the thing.
Right.
I'm coming from it from like a jazz perspective.
Right.
So
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, I'm expecting to see people play and sing. If you're
Mhm.
not going to do that, then what are you doing on stage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could listen in my own house to the music. I don't have to
Exactly. Like
come
I
and
didn't.
see you.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of that's like, if you see you're listening to the guitar sounds good, and then you see their hands stop moving and the guitar playing still going,
Well,
not a
that's
good
happening
look.
a lot to those new, those old bands, heavy metal bands.
Yeah.
It's
they're like,
happening to bands from at all levels. They're all doing
yeah,
it. That's the thing that's really perplexes me. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, sure, if you're a stadium act, I mean, that's an entire business. But if you're a band playing in a small venue, you have no reason to try to sound perfect and have backing tracks. You
Yeah.
should just be playing music.
Yeah, just play your songs, man. I want to hear you.
Right.
Like
more
I want to
enjoyable
hear
for
you.
the audience,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway.
And I don't mind if there's an extra track here or
Sometimes
backing,
you
like
need it. You
some
don't have all the
yes.
members, in your album you play so
Yeah.
many different instruments,
Or if there's
you
a
cannot.
couple backing
I mean,
vocals or
the
that's
thing
totally okay.
the
But
thing about it is like when we're playing, we have a drum machine
Right.
and then just the
that's it. That's the only backing
guitar
track.
and bass. Of course our albums have layers and they have all sorts of extra stuff.
Of
I
course.
don't really care about that. Like I would rather have us be more stripped down when we play live than to have a bunch of like background sounds. And I think that other bands don't really see it that way. They want to have all of their like little
Yep.
things in their music. And I just
Mhm.
think that if you're playing a live show, just do something a little bit more raw and stripped down. There's no
Yeah.
reason to have all these tracks going.
Yeah, it's distracting.
It's distracting.
A lot of people probably won't notice.
Yeah.
Well, I
But it's the
noticed.
first thing if I hear it and I'm
Most
just
people-
like,
Most people
Yeah.
don't notice or care. So like I feel like
mhm.
that's why I don't complain about it publicly because
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares really?
Yeah.
People are just going to most people are going to shows to have fun.
Mhm.
They're not analyzing what people are
Right,
playing.
right.
So
Yeah. Well,
know.
when you play and you sing, are you looking at the audience just see what they're doing, if they're paying attention or just staring at their phone? Does it
it
bother you or it doesn't matter?
I'm too busy up there. I can't see anything. I'm either staring at my hands and singing or like, I'm too busy. I'm too busy usually to look.
it just for me it just depends on like the vibe and the lighting in the room.
Mhm.
Sometimes when I get on stage, you can't see anything because the lights are shining right in your eyes.
Right.
True.
But
Yeah.
um, a lot of the times, if you start thinking too much about what the audience is doing, then it's very distracting. So it's better just to kind of zone out.
Yeah, I zone out. I try to put everything into the performance.
Right.
Sometimes I'll notice like if somebody's like talking really loud, but we're pretty loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's usually, not too much of a problem.
Well, all I can say is I'll be waiting for the new album. I guess it's gonna be here this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, for
This year,
sure.
so it's plenty of
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, we're in the process of finishing it.
Mhm.
The thing with like the upcoming tours we have is that those really take away a lot of our attention.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's what
it's
delayed it a
yeah,
bit.
it's really difficult to be working on
Okay.
an album and playing shows at the same time.
Mhm.
Maybe when you come back from the European tour, we'll know more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. We want to have it. When were we having it done by?
Well, yeah, I mean we're 85% done with it.
85%
Okay.
done. Yeah.
Mm.
It's the
Okay.
technical aspects now of
Mm.
mixing and engineering.
Hmm.
And
Are
those
there a lot of tracks that you put that you decided not to use, like that didn't make the cut? You had a lot of songs to choose from, or
We've with the 14 songs that we're doing, we've invested so much time in them that
okay.
if at any point we were questioning it, we just forged ahead. That's usually what I do.
Okay.
Is if something doesn't sound good, I'll make it sound good enough. I'll get it to a point where it's like much better
Mhm.
than it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we have also we have new song ideas already to go. So that we always I think if we won't if we get an idea and we don't like it, it will be nipped in the bud before it ever gets close enough to being considered a song.
Okay.
So when we have our ideas, um
Yeah, I don't usually throw things away.
yeah.
I'll keep working on it.
Or like if
Nothing
we
goes
have
in your
an idea,
waste basket. Everything is kept,
yeah,
just in case.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I know other people that like they'll say like, "Oh, I just deleted it." I'm not gonna delete a song that I spent time on.
That's cool.
Because we won't spend time on it if we didn't think it had some merit
Right.
or we liked it. So we're not gonna,
Mm.
we don't really have any, I don't think we've come up with something and then not used it.
Mm.
I think we end up, some things get put together. Like it's like, oh, I've got this riff. Like I also am not gonna bring a idea if I don't think it's already got some value.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well,
that's why I think another reason we're always coming up with stuff and we just record it on our phone and then we'll jam on the idea and then collaborate.
okay.
Yeah.
If we I'm not gonna compare it, but the last album, Western Violence, can you say that it's heavier, more atmospheric, edgy? What is it?
It's pretty similar
I'd
in
say it's really
in
similar.
sound. It's just pretty much like different songs,
Okay.
but using a lot of the same methods, using a lot of the same sounds from Western Violence.
Well,
I'd say it's a jump off point from Western Violence. The only difference being one song has keyboards on it, which is we don't usually use. We didn't use any keyboards on Western Violence, and there is one song that has a keyboard on it, and there might be one other that we use keyboard on. So that's maybe the only difference. But again, I wrote half the songs, Zach wrote half the songs, and then those halves we wrote together. So, very similar. I say very similar.
So it's a side two of this. The
Yeah.
Western Violence is still continuous. It's not like a stop. So we still have
Right.
Western
No,
Violence.
we're still in it.
You
Yeah,
can
we're
write
still,
a
you'd say that
Violence.
we're still in Western
yeah.
violence
It's
mode,
not going. It's
probably.
not going away. It's not going away.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you like Western
Yeah,
violence,
yeah.
I'm very certain you will like the new one. Especially if you listen to Rise.
Yeah,
Rise is
the
very,
single. Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna take more of your time because we could talk about any individual songs that I enjoyed, but maybe we can leave it for a next time when you return from Europe, and
Okay.
you
Okay.
can tell me about how everything went,
Yes.
and if you ever went to the customs with no problem and everything when you come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. So all I can say, my friends, is to go and listen to them. You can go to Bandcamp. I guess it's the best place
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
get. You can buy their CDs and digital music from them. Also buy some T-shirts that I saw and stickers and pins and things like that. I don't know. So and they got a YouTube channel like everybody else. It's the same play. You just go and Google them. There's no Vazums out there that I know of. So you can find them easy, and Deezer, Spotify, all those places, Apple Music. You can find them, listen to their albums. I'm a little ironic, so I'm gonna do that. Don't listen to side two, the first album. Don't listen to the second side. Start with any other album. I'm just
Don't
ironic.
listen to
I
the
mean, listen,
second
but
disc.
don't start with that.
Yeah.
Don't start with
Don't
the
start
second
with the
disc
second
two.
disc of
With this,
Rated V.
yeah, don't
It's
start
a
with that.
horror soundtrack. You might, yeah.
I don't want you to run away because I didn't.
Oh,
You
so
know,
funny.
I did not. I stayed.
It's so funny.
There are a lot of good music out there. So listen to the albums. And like I always say, you listen to the album, you may like some songs, you maybe dislike some of them. I don't know. Go back. Probably the ones that you didn't like, you're gonna like, and the other ones you don't pay attention to. So you never know.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you
because it
never
has
know.
such a large amount of songs and albums, you're gonna like
Mhm.
one more than the other, and that's a good thing. Because if they only
Yeah.
publish one album, you like it, you don't like it, there's no more to choose from. So they got a lot of stuff and they keep doing more. So I would suggest you to go over there and follow them on Instagram. And I don't know, I guess that's what I follow them on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Instagram's good.
That's where they publish
Instagram is
all
good.
their dates, the tour dates, and what they're doing. And
Mhm.
maybe soon they will publish the garden with tomatoes and peppers and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't
Yeah,
know what's
I planted raspberries,
raspberry.
blackberries, blueberries, and we got 5 apple trees
Wow,
this
you got more
spring.
than I do. I got a garden myself.
Oh,
I got
nice.
beans. Yeah, for this year I got
Oh,
beans.
good.
I
You
got
got to
lettuce,
start yours
tomatoes.
early.
Yeah, I already started. So
Yeah,
now I got time to do that. I stopped for a couple of
nice.
years and I went back. I love gardening
Oh, it's so
myself. I
relaxing.
love eating what I produce. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
No pesticides. So
Exact. Same with us. Same with us.
I
Yeah.
enjoy that. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about myself and my gardening things, but
We have it
like
in common. That's
we
why
got a
we
lot of
both
things in
love
common. So if
a
you
lot of
ever
things
make
in
it to
common.
Spain again, and I go every year, so maybe one day we coincide and I'll show up
Yeah.
and
Where do you
watch
live
you.
now?
I live in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I live in
Okay.
New Jersey. Yeah, I live in Jersey. But they got the
Yeah, he
Dark
lives in
Force Fest.
Jersey. Yeah.
They got the Dark Force Fest coming next month.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
so I
heard of
don't know.
that one. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
I just wanted to mention, well, people always ask us why aren't you playing this festival or that festival?
yeah.
So every time someone asks me that, I just say, well, you have to tell the festival
No, I
That you
that
want
you
to
understand.
want to
see
see
us.
Vazum play.
Every band wants to join the
Of
festival.
course.
Like they don't care until other people want to see you. So
Right. I
that's our
understand.
answer to that.
I'm not gonna ask you. When are you gonna make it to the Wave Treffen in Leipzig in Germany? When is
Yeah,
your?
Same thing. They
same
don't
thing.
even
Just kidding.
You
I know.
gotta
I'm
request.
just
um
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't think they even opened our emails. Like we emailed them every year. And
They
it
don't. They don't. You
never
don't get an answer.
nope.
No, it's
I'm used to that. To send it to all the artists and they don't answer. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're used to that too when we're organizing shows with other
Hmm.
bands. We're used to
We're
that.
used to it.
yeah.
But
Well, like I
Such
said,
is
I want to
life.
see you. I hope I can see you someday if you
I
ever
yeah,
make
we
it.
we actually we haven't played on the East Coast really,
Right.
so
yeah.
we're gonna be wanting to get to the East Coast at some point.
Yeah, if there's something comes up,
Yeah.
we get invited to festivals in England,
Mm.
so
Well, the closest place to my house is QXT's in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
okay,
It's
okay.
a small club, a lot of bands go there. Anyway, so I have to thank you so much. You are like cool guys to me, and
Oh,
I really
thank
enjoy
you.
talking to you.
Your questions are very, very good, and you are a very
No,
nice person. Thank you.
yeah, I wish. No, I really enjoy talking to you, and my wife doesn't say that. No,
Oh,
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
no. Is
I
she
don't know.
from New Jersey?
She's from Spain herself. Well,
She's from Spain too? Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
What part of Spain?
From the northwest. I don't know if you
Yeah.
know Galicia. It's
Yeah.
like
Yes.
northwest, north from Portugal. Portugal
Yeah.
right on top of Portugal,
Yeah,
north.
the reason we went to Spain is because I had gone to Spain with another band that I played drums in,
Hmm.
and we played like 20 shows in Spain.
Wow.
So like we went all over. Like we went to Vigo.
Vigo, that's not
Yeah.
far from where my house is. I got a
Yeah.
house over there.
Okay.
Vigo. That's the city
Yeah.
of Vigo. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Interesting.
that whole part, you know, was-
Hmm. That's very interesting. You
We
guys
got
know.
to
You
go
guys know more about Spain than I. You probably travel more.
No. San Sebastian.
San
yeah,
Sebastian.
we got
Yeah,
San
that's the north.
Sebastian.
That's the
Yeah.
north.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
was very
nice city.
beautiful.
Small city. Yeah, nice. They
Mhm.
got the films there. Yeah. What do they call it? I don't know. Remember festival, film festival in San Sebastian.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Film
stayed
festival.
at a place that had an amusement park.
Hmm.
It had a little roller coaster and a
Yeah.
little water ride, and it
That's
was really
cool.
cute.
That's cool. And they got good food over there. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
yes. So well, I hope to talk to you again in the future again.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
We'll
you.
we'll talk about the new album maybe
Yeah.
if you don't
Sure, of
mind.
course.
I will
Yeah.
send an email again. If you guys
Yeah.
answer, I'll be so happy. If you guys don't answer, I'll be so sad.
Oh, we would answer. We always
Yeah,
answer.
we usually answer people's emails.
We
Ah,
answer
you guys,
emails.
you cool guys. I like it.
We answer
Anyway, my
emails.
friends, you see, these people are really good people, not like me. I can believe it. They're great musicians. They do what they like. That's a good thing. And they don't follow any rules. They have their own rules.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I like that about the band Vazum. Listen to Vazum. Follow them. Buy their stuff and go see them if you have the chance. And see you guys next week. And nothing better than this. So if you want to listen, fine. If not, just keep watching this one. It's good enough. See you next week.